So, when you walk down a school hallway or, through a hospital corridor, you probably pass a dozen digital clocks without a second thought.
Right, they just kind of blur into the background.
Exactly. But today on our deep dive, we're looking at a stack of hardware manuals and spec sheets from HDTV Supply that will, honestly, completely change how you look at those screens. Our mission today is to unpack this highly specialized piece of gear.
Yeah, we are unpacking an industrial-grade piece of network hardware. It's called the Advanced Network Devices Informacast Enabled HD-IP display.
Which is quite a mouthful.
It really is, and at first glance, it just looks like a standard matte white clock. But we're going to explore how this device, which comes with a pretty massive $1,259 price tag, actually functions as a robust, emergency-ready communication hub.
$1,200 for a clock.
Yeah.
Our mission today is to figure out why, right? Like, how is this thing secretly keeping people safe? Let's start with the physical muscle.
Well, we definitely aren't just talking about a basic digital watch face here. This unit weighs in at 10.5 pounds. Visually, you're getting an 11.69-inch full-color HD LCD display.
And that's at a 1920 by 720 resolution, right?
Exactly. But the real surprise is tucked inside. It houses an 8-inch built-in speaker.
Wait, 8 inches? That's, like, huge for a clock.
It is, and it's capable of pushing sound across 600 square feet of space.
Oh, wow. So it's essentially a smart billboard crossed with a megaphone. Which is wild. But why? Why combine such a heavy-duty audio system with an HD screen in a single 10.5-pound unit?
Because emergencies aren't one size fits all. I mean, a blaring alarm doesn't help a deaf student.
Right, that makes sense.
And a flashing text alert goes completely unnoticed by someone who's, looking the other way or wearing headphones. You need multiple sensory triggers happening simultaneously to guarantee the message gets through.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. But powering an HD screen and a massive speaker usually means, like, plugging into a heavy-duty wall outlet.
And that's where the engineering gets really clever. This entire device runs strictly on PoE plus power over Ethernet.
Oh, interesting. So just a network cable.
Yep. It draws its 30 watts of electrical power alongside all of its network data through one single cable. No standard electrical outlets are required at all.
Which is great, but, I mean, the hardware is useless if it doesn't know what to broadcast.
Yeah.
Looking at the software specs here, this isn't built to, stream morning announcements. It's built for coordinated, urgent communication.
Yeah, the spec sheet lists VoIP and SIP integration, plus a built-in web server. To put that simply, it means this display acts as a fully functional networked telephone.
A telephone on the wall.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
It also runs a system called multicast. In an emergency, you can't have the local network crashing because a central server is trying to individually call like 500 different clocks at once.
Oh, man, that would be a nightmare.
Right. So multicast allows the system to send one single stream of data that all 500 devices catch simultaneously.
Keeping the network lightning fast when seconds count. Oh, and it also has individual red, green, and blue LED flashes built right into the frame.
Yeah, those are specifically designed for emergency conditions. So instead of just making noise, the room can literally flash red for a lockdown.
Or, like, green for an all clear.
Right. And pulling the strings behind all of this is the fact that it is Informacast enabled, and it includes what they call clockwise campus software.
What does that actually mean in practice, though?
Think of Informacast as a digital tripwire. If a fire alarm is pulled or a threat is detected, the software automatically hijacks every single screen on campus.
Wow. So it mutes whatever was playing.
Yes, sounds the alarm and forces the broadcast of specific evacuation routes or lockdown protocols.
I get the heavy-duty specs, I do, but let's be real for a second. In a world where almost everyone has a smartphone in their pocket, why invest in a wall-mounted display for urgent matters? Aren't we just relying on mass text alerts anyway?
Well, think about the reality of a crisis. If you're sitting in a conference room and the power grid goes down, cellular towers often get jammed with thousands of panic calls.
Oh, right.
Phones get left in backpacks or the battery dies. This device bypasses all of that because it operates entirely off the building's internal local network.
Plus, I see the specs mention a hands-free, two-way intercom feature.
Precisely. It guarantees immediate, localized communication. You don't have to reach for a phone or dial a number to hear instructions or call for help.
You just speak into the room.
Yeah, you just speak. It's a closed-loop ecosystem.
It really makes you realize that the silent, invisible infrastructure of our public spaces like campuses. It relies on these multifaceted, highly engineered tools.
They're hiding right in plain sight.
We just assume someone will tell us what to do in an emergency without thinking of the actual physical hardware required to make that happen.
And they are engineered to be entirely self-sufficient on that local network, bypassing the vulnerabilities of the public grid and our personal devices.
Which brings me back to that single power over Ethernet cable. Since this critical emergency device is powered entirely by PoE+, one single network cable is now responsible for delivering both the digital data and the physical electricity required to keep people safe.
It's a tremendous amount of responsibility resting on a single connection point.
It really is. So next time you pass one of those unassuming matte white screens in a hallway, look a little closer and wonder how secure is the wiring in the walls around you.